Okay, this is part 2 of lesson 1.1. These are the examples, and so if you want to pause the video here, do the examples, and then start the video, that would be a great way to handle these examples. So naming AB in another way, here is line AB, and you can name AB in a multitude of ways. You could call it line BA. You could use another point on the line and call it AC. You could call it BC, and there are others. Two other names for plane Q. The only thing here is to remember to use non-collinear points. So I could use, for example, I could call it plane A, E, B. I could say plane D, B, C would be two examples. There are more. The reason that EBD isn't an acceptable name is because those are collinear points. There could be multitudes of planes that could go through a given line. Are A, B, and C collinear? Do they live on the same line? Yes. Are A, B, and E collinear? No. Are A, B, and D coplanar? Yes. Are A, B, and F coplanar? No. F is down here outside of the plane. And are AB and BF coplanar? This is a bit of a trick question because they're not in plane Q, but there may exist a plane that would contain them. So it's a little bit of a trick question. Another set of examples, I find coloring very helpful. GK and LG. GK and LG intersect at point G. Intersection of two lines is a point. The planes, I'm going to shade. Planes GLM, the top of the box, and LPN, which is the end of the box, intersect in a line because two planes intersect in a line, and I would accept either segment LM or line LM as their intersection point. The last one is a plane and a line, and KP is down this edge, and plane KJN is the bottom, and where a line and a plane intersect is in a line. You can see kind of that seam where they would intersect. Now, a couple of pieces of information here. We always have to make sure we understand notation. So when we are writing a sentence, we would use congruent to show congruency. But when we're looking at a picture and we're showing congruency, we use hash marks. And so any segments that would have a single hash mark or two hash marks show that those are congruent segments. The same would go for angles. If I have two angles or three angles or four angles, to show that they are congruent, I would put the same number of hash marks in them. In order to write a sentence to say parallel, that is the symbol there. When we're looking at a picture and you want to see parallel, you're going to see little arrows on the lines, and that would indicate that those two lines are parallel. The symbol for perpendicular is the upside down T, and when you see a diagram, you're going to see a right angle mark, and that is the only way you can tell from a picture that they are perpendicular. That ends the 1.1 lesson. Homework 1.1 is in your packet.